My name is Bo Hicks. I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I first heard about Forex trading back in 2009, so about 11 years ago now. I'd heard of a friend who was supporting his family doing volunteer work down in Central America, and so immediately I looked it up. I started Googling everything Forex related. The thought of working from home, spending more time with my family, doing things in general that just, mattered most to us, having the flexibility to do that, that really appealed to me. And so began what turned out to be a 2 year journey of learning, albeit very frustrated and a confusing time. I looked into various methods of manual trading, which didn't, always seem to fail me. I looked at and used various trading robots, which are automated trading strategies, and generally those worked for a time, a short time, and then failed. And so I was frustrated and confused. I was frustrated that after 2 years, I still wasn't consistently profitable. And I was confused. I wondered if really there was anything out there that I could learn from to be consistently profitable and that something that would actually work. And so fast forward 2 years into my search, and I came across Andrew Mitchem, the Forex trading coach. I read some of his reviews, read a lot of his reviews on forexpeacearmy.com, and I was really impressed that most of his clients on there leaving reviews were very happy with the course that he took, um, giving him very high star rating, just very impressed overall. And so I dug a little bit more. I went over to his website. I was skeptical. Is it a scam like so many others? But anyways, I filled out a booking inquiry to talk with Andrew one-on-one, and he got back to me within 24 hours. We got on a phone call, and I'll just back up there. That phone call was really uh, a clue to me that this was a genuine person. I mean, who really gets in contact with you one-on-one personally now? So that was a nice clue that he was a genuine guy. And after we spoke with him at length about his course, he was very, very reassuring. He wasn't guaranteeing anything, but very reassuring that, he'd be there every step of the way during the course. And so I appreciated that. And he even put me in touch with a few of his other clients to talk with so that I could get their feedback on it as well. And so I did end up enrolling in his online video course. Now, I'll talk first about the online course itself in this review. I was really impressed with the way that the course is laid out. And by the way, the course content itself is excellent for somebody who's just starting out in trading. Um, they don't really have any background in trading at all in Forex. It's good for them, but it's also good for people who are experienced and are just looking for an edge, a trading edge, and a mentor, somebody to, um, you know, help them keep accountability and to set them on the right path. Now, the course notes themselves are about 80 pages long. That could be a little more or a little less now, I'm not sure. But they're very well laid out, easy to follow. Andrew's always concise in his explanations, full of examples, so you can see exactly what he's talking about. Which, by the way, talking about his trading method itself, it's very simple. You could tell right away, looking at his method of trading, that it does have the potential to be successful. He doesn't use a ton of lagging indicators um, to make trades like most other methods out there or on the internet, but actually he teaches you to trade current price action. And as Andrew would say, that's trading from the right side of the screen um, to identify potential trade setups. And then once a potential trade setup is found on any time frame, there's about 5 or 6 other factors that he teaches you to take into account before deciding if that's a favorable trade or not. Along with the course notes, there's also a ton of videos that go along with each section of the course. And these are incredibly useful to watch as you go along in the course notes. For me personally, at the time, it took me about a month to get through the course. Spent probably about an hour, more or less, each day for about a month going through the course to its completion. At the time, I was working full time. We had a newborn baby also, and so I didn't have a whole ton of extra time, but it just gives you an idea of how long it would take to go through the course. You could take less time or more time depending on your schedule and how much you're able to absorb. Another feature that you get access to are his weekly client webinars. And he personally hosts one every 2 weeks in his native New Zealand time zone. And his partner, Paul Tillman, who's in the United States, hosts on the opposite week in the Eastern Standard Time Zone. And so these are great opportunities to see both Andrew and Paul trading live personal account. And so during those webinars, they answer questions, and you're able to see as the primary focus of these webinars is to look at the charts and analyze the charts. So as you're doing that through these webinars, you're able to see or get some insight into Andrew's mind as he's looking at the charts, what he's thinking. He explains, the pros and cons of potential setups, and he takes live trades during these webinars. So it's an exciting feature of his course that I really appreciate. Now, money management and trading psychology are also very important skills for a trader. And this was an area that I personally struggled with before taking Andrew's course. I found it a real challenge. There's not much, or there's not sufficient information online, I found at the time anyways, to teach and implement proper money management, which leads to good trading psychology. But Andrew teaches a very simple, easy to implement money management strategy, and that is that he encourages his students to risk no more than 0.5% of their account on any one trade. So if you risked 0.5% and your reward to risk is 2-to-1, which is a minimum that Andrew teaches, if you risk 0.5% on a trade, that means that the most you could lose on that trade is 0.5% of your trading account if the trade goes against you, which is something that happens in trading and something that you have to, get used to and just move on. But if the trade goes your way and is profitable at a 2-to-1 reward to risk ratio, you're looking at a 1% return on your trading account. And that's just a minimum of 2-to-1. So for example, if you're trading with an account size of $10,000, you're risking $50 to make $100. If you have a $100,000 account, you're risking $500 to make $1,000, and so on, depending on your account size. And again, like I mentioned, that's just a minimum reward to risk that Andrew advocates is 2-to-1. But often we see 3 or 4-to-1 reward to risk. I've even seen it as high as 8-to-1, which brings you a 4% return for risking 0.5% of your trading account. So his strategy, along with this simple money management system, really goes a long way in helping to improve trading psychology and just being confident overall in taking trades, knowing your risk. Something else I want to touch on that I really, really appreciate is the client forum. Did you know that one of the most common reasons why traders fail or they never succeed is that they're trying to do it alone? And it's true. One of the reasons that I got into this, like I mentioned before, is being able to work from home. And maybe that's something that appeals to you with Forex trading as well. But trading alone can actually be detrimental. If you're involved in trading, you know how incredibly important it is to have a community of like-minded people to bounce ideas off of, to hold each other accountable, to look at trades together. And as a member of the Forex Trading Coach, this is something you have access to, is this forum where Andrew is in the forum during certain hours of the day, Paul is in the forum, 20, 30, or 40 other traders at one time will be in the forum, all to bounce ideas off of it. So it's like It's like going into the office in the morning. You're going into a trading room and you've got like-minded people there that are all working together and holding one another accountable. It's a great feature of the course. Something else that I want to talk about as well, and this was something that helped me pull the trigger back in the day when I was looking at the course, was Andrew's daily trade recommendations. Now, what those are, every trading day at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Andrew posts in the client members area his trade recommendations for that day with the exact entry, stop loss, and take profit levels. And these are just recommendations, but based off those recommendations, for example, in the last 10 years, since the beginning of 2011, so basically almost 10 years, on average, those trade recommendations alone netted 21%. And so that's pretty incredible for just 5 to 10 minutes a day, setting those trades and leaving them. Of course, you could manage the trades to increase that percentage overall with some of the trade management techniques that Andrew offers as well. One last thing that I'd like to talk about is in regards to Andrew himself and his character. It's one thing to find a course or a system that you like, but it's quite another to find somebody that's as interested in you succeeding as you are in yourself. And I really feel that Andrew is genuinely interested in seeing you succeed and seeing us as clients succeed. He's dedicated to helping them. And that's something that came across the first time that I spoke with him. He's a genuinely nice guy. He returns emails or any type of contact that you have with him. He tries to get back to you as soon as he can. On the webinars, for example, also, it's not all about Andrew and looking at his account, his flashy account, and actually rarely does he show his account balance. It does flash up from time to time, but it's more about how he can help his clients succeed and how he can give them the confidence needed to take their own trades. So all in all, as you can tell, from this review, I highly recommend Andrew's course. And I know there's going to be people out there that don't trust me or the site or are super skeptical because, yes, if you do purchase the course through my link, I do receive compensation from that. But I'm all right with that. I know what the course is. I know that it can help people. And I truly want to help people if they feel this is right for them. I want to be as transparent as possible with you. So, and I also know that it can be refreshing to be able to talk to real people and get honest feedback. And by the way, any compensation that I do receive through course sales goes directly into my personal trading account where I use Andrew's trading methods. So fast forward to today, it's been 9 years since I took the course. I traded for 6 years. Then I took some time away from trading and started up an e-commerce business with my wife. And so that's what we've been doing for the last 3 years. But I'm happy to say that I'm back in the saddle trading again. And through this website, I'm really looking forward to personally helping you find success through trading. And related to that, if you have any specific questions about Forex in general or about Andrew's course, feel free to reach out to me. You can get me on Skype, Bo_Hicks, or through the contact page on the site. You can even request, if you like, a 15-minute consultation with me, free 15-minute consultation where we can chat one-on-one, and hopefully I can answer any of the questions that you might have. Like I mentioned before, I'm extremely happy with the Forex Trading Coach, Andrew Mitchem's course. I'd love to share my experience with you personally. I look forward to hearing from you.